How's it going, guys? My name's Eli, and this is 5280 Driven. Now, this first video is going to be about me introducing myself to you guys and what I have to offer to the YouTube channel and the community. I'm a very big car guy. I'm 27 years old. I've lived in Colorado my whole life. I do have a daytime job, so this YouTube thing is going to be on the side. Probably expect videos maybe every other week. It would be a safe guesstimate. Started off when I was really little, loving cars, and that was a lot to do with Need for Speed Underground 1. Racing and those games that I had on the PlayStation 2, it was just so much fun, and that's what inspired me to just become a car guy and be so involved in the car community. And then this is another way for me to get more involved. Now, you can see behind me, I do have a Volvo, and I love this car. Now, for those of you who don't know what this is, it's a 2006 Volvo V70R. And this is something I've had since 2014. So the better half of 7 years has been a very reliable car that I've had in my possession, and I love it. Right now it has just under 150,000 on it. It is on jack stands, and I'm doing some work to it. So what I got going on right now is I actually have the turbo out of the car, and it is sent off to be rebuilt. Haven't had any word on what's going on with that yet. Should be back soon. Now, there's been some, stipulations about that, and I'll go over here in a little bit about it. So those of you that don't know what this car is about, it's an inline 5-cylinder, turbocharged, all-wheel drive, 300 horsepower station wagon. For those of you who have watched Gregson from Shifting Lanes, you know what this car is about. It's a lot of fun to drive, and it's a lot of fun to own, and it's very practical. And like I said, I've had this car since 2014, so really my love with these cars started out with watching Jeremy Clarkson from Top Gear. They're a lot of fun, and it's something that people don't expect to be very quick. I would say it is a sleeper. Not as much as the old 240s when you shove an LS in there, but these guys, from the factory, they're very quick. They have a lot going for them, and they're a really good car to go skiing, have a family, all of that. I don't have a family at the moment. This is something I wanted to have, so I didn't have to compromise. Because a lot of people, when they do have kids, they're like, great, now I have to trade in the fun car. Now, what I have planned for this car, there's a lot. As far as what I have going on at this very second, the turbo's out of it, and I'll show you there is a very big hole where there should be a turbo. Right back there. So that's gonna come back, and I will shoot on how to install the turbo. I actually already have shot on how to pull the turbo out and give you guys some how-to videos on how to work on these cars, because there's not a lot out there. There are some people, but they don't go in depth on what to do step by step, what you need to look out for, because that was a very big struggle when I pulled it out. Now, I have worked on this car quite a lot, and it has been a very reliable vehicle to an extent. Now, I do have tons of other vehicles, and this is actually the first vehicle that I purchased myself that was not my high school car. And the reason why I got this car is because my high school car left me dead in Fort Collins, in another city, and I couldn't get home that night. That was a headache in its own. So I got something more reliable, and I acquired another vehicle from my father, which is my 2006 Ford Explorer. Now, that vehicle is not very wow. There's not a lot going on with it, but it does have 351,000 on the original motor, and it still runs. And the funny thing is, it's more reliable than my Volvo. Now, I do have another vehicle as well, which is actually my girlfriend's 2016 Volvo XC60. We like Volvos, and we like that 5-cylinder engine. It is a lot of fun, and it sounds great. Now, we bought that vehicle together about 7 months ago, and we've had a lot of fun with it, and it's done a lot of trips with us up to the mountains and also down to Denver and just stuff around town as well. It's been really reliable. I've been very happy with it. Now, I do have one other vehicle, and it's gonna be my 2006 GSXR600. Now, before you guys start commenting squid missile and all that stuff, I do ride not like a jerk. I don't weave in between lanes and all that. but I do like to have fun with this bike. And a 600 is very good here in Colorado, especially in town. I will say sometimes in the mountains it can be a little underpowered coming out of a corner, but you know, it is what it is. It's a fun bike. I think my next one will probably be 1,000. I don't know if it's going to be another Gixxer or if it's going to be a CBR. Definitely not an R1. I just don't like the look of them. With this guy here, I am going to do some work to it, and I'm definitely going to show you some videos on it and do some rides as well. I have a group of guys that we like to go riding in the mountains with, and I'll put a GoPro in the helmet and do some cruise videos. Same with the Volvo as well. I'll do some of that. The Explorer, I have some plans with that, and it definitely needs a lift kit. It's sitting a little low, no stock ride height, and it just needs bigger tires. The other thing I have going on with that is that the interior is worn out and it needs to be reupholstered. Big thing that's going to start out with is the Volvo. And like I said, the first video you guys are going to see me working on stuff is the Volvo, and that's pulling the turbo out. I want to hear from you guys on what else you guys want to see, what you want to hear about more of, and going from there, I definitely want to build this channel to become about as big as I can. I do have a daytime job, and I work about 50 hours a week on an average. So this is going to be something that's going to be a side thing, and if it does start to take over my life in a different manner, I want to devote as much time as I can to this. So with everything that I have going on, I mean, you're going to see a lot of stuff on me working on the Volvo, the Explorer, and also the bike. The big thing I will say is I started off with the Volvo, and there's going to be a little bit more technical stuff with that because there's not a lot of how-to videos on pulling the turbo out and also working on it. So that's something that I struggled with trying to figure out, and there was a lot of things that I had to figure out myself, and I reached out to some forums and that helped. But if there's a video about it, it just makes life so much easier, especially with people that do have like an S60R and you're pulling a turbo and you're swapping stuff around. Hopefully this video or the next couple of videos are going to make it a lot easier for you to do that. Now I do have oil changes to do on the bike there. I do have some maintenance stuff to do. I'm going to change out the filter because if you live in Colorado, last summer we were having a lot of wildfire issues, and so the air filter on that one's probably going to be clogged with all ash. Same with the Explorer, but the big thing with the Explorer is probably going to do the lift, and I also need to refurbish the interior. The seats are worn out. They definitely need a little bit of love, and same with the headliner as well, so that's something that's going to be in store for that. Don't know which order I'm going to do all of that there. Now, a couple of other things is my girlfriend and I, we are trying to buy a house, and I think we're probably 4 to 5 months out from buying a house. So the surroundings will change soon, and hopefully I'll have a lot more room to do more stuff in, and I can bring you guys more content, especially if I have more room, more to offer there. So as far as everything I have, I want to show you guys, bring you along the journey of me working on the car and also on the bike as well. And like I said, I'll do some ride videos. We'll figure out some stuff with that guy, do some content with that for people that like watching, motorcycle content. So I do have a lot of diversity to bring to you guys, especially with the Explorer. I'll probably do some trails with it. It's not really set up at the moment to do a whole lot of trails, probably some intermediate, maybe just entry-level trail stuff. Once I get the lift on, maybe I could do some more, but it needs a skid plate before I start really going into some hard stuff. As far as the Volvo, I do have a downpipe. That's going to be installed soon, but I do need to get new tags, and in the county I live in, I have to do emissions every other year. So it's a little annoying. This is a year that I do have to do emissions, so I got to do that first and then get the downpipe on and then have it tuned. Hopefully we'll have a lot of fun with this. We'll drive it how it is and then do some more stuff to it after that. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Let me know what you guys want to see, what you don't want to see. Just update me. It's the only way I'm going to get better, bring you guys better content, and make this more enjoyable to watch. But until next time, guys, I'll see you later.